Has the Revelation Church of God taken any action against congregants who assaulted a JMPD officer? Does the Revelation Church of God comply with the bylaws of the city of Johannesburg? Why did the CRL Commission open a case against the church and its pastor? Why is the CRL Commission calling on Parliament to implement its recommendations of its report? What time is it? It's question time. Khotsong Rula Mraro, and welcome to the show. My name is Mpho Sedu. The Johannesburg Metro Police Officer who was assaulted by some members of the Revelation Church of God last week says his life was saved by prayer. The officer, who is recuperating at home, was attacked by congregants when he was clamping cars that were illegally parked along Claim Street in Hillbrow, that is in Johannesburg. While the church has condemned the attack, its leadership says the land it bought some time ago is at the center of this incident. They say they wrote to the office of the mayor and member of the Mayoral Committee for Public Safety, Michael Sun. This as a request to the authorities to assist them to remove squatters who are occupying their land illegally. They say their request fell on deaf ears. Meanwhile, the CRL Commission Chairperson says the incident did not come as a surprise to her. She says its leader, Pastor Samuel Radebe, refused to appear before the CRL Commission when the church was summoned in 2015. According to the Commission, the case is still pending. We are live. And therefore, you can call us and air your views. The numbers to dial is 089-110-4210. Our international number +2789-110-4210. Our Twitter handle @QuestionTime24. My guest today, Metogos Mkhwanazi Kaluva. She's the chairperson of the CRL Rights Commission. And Dr. Samuel Radebe is a prophet and leader of the Revelation Church of God. Well, the numbers to dial 089-110-4210. So please do keep those calls coming through, and we will definitely be able to hear what your questions are. Let me welcome both of you. Prophet, thanks. Thank you very much for making time to talk to us. The church has not spoken since, I had one of your pastors here last week, and I really appreciate you as the spiritual head of the church coming in person. We really appreciate that. What is your position in as far as that matter is concerned? What we know is members of your church attacked police officers.
Yes, I really don't know how media verified that they are members of the church, first of all. So I think it should start there as point of departure. We did not verify. Even when the spokesperson was here at that time, we're still trying to investigate if those people were members or not. And we know that now one suspect is arrested without any documentation. And our process of membership requires some kind of documentation. So on our side, it's verified that the suspect who's arrested is not a member of the church.
Oh, so the video that we saw, how do you interpret that? I mean, I'll tell you what we saw. We saw people who are supposed to be members of the church coming out to attack the police officers, and I'm really surprised that, like you're saying, it's the one who's been arrested is not even a member now. So members of the public just joined this barrage and attack on police officers.
Yes, I'm speaking on facts. As you are saying that you saw, so that's why I'm asking, how did the media verify that they are members of the church? So we are speaking now about the person who's arrested, the suspect, and he is not the member of our church because he has no documentation, and our processes, they require that.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, have you had any meeting with the city?
We have had meeting with the police.
Okay.
Yes, we engaged, and this last Sunday, we actually even announced to the members, because actually it was my first day I was out.
Yes.
It was my first sermon on Sunday, and we addressed the members of the congregation, and I addressed them that personally I feel that the beating, I don't condone the beating, And it was very foolish of those people to do what they've done to a traffic officer of the law. And we have spoken to SABS and said we'll cooperate. And on Sunday, I announced to the members that if they know anyone, if members or they are not members or they can identify, they should please assist us. And we can also assist SABS.
Do you comply with the city's bylaws?
What I can say is we have not received any notice of not complying with any city's bylaws. So I think as we are standing now, we are doing our best to do whatever that is good and comply with any laws that are placed before us.
Namkaluv, your body says, well, we are not surprised about what happened last week.
Well, you see, for us, we had to lay charges against one of the congregants of the Revelation Church for intimidation and criminal injury because we had said we're going to lay criminal charges against Prophet Radebe. So the member took it upon himself to threaten me with death, to call me a devil worshipper and all sorts of other horrible things. Were to lay criminal charges against him.
Yeah.
And is serving 3 years, 3 months in jail to prove that the matter was taken very seriously by the judiciary.
So let's get this right. Now, when this video emanated, what was your position or your reaction?
You see, my reaction was, it's been coming for quite a while. I wasn't surprised that it happened in that vicinity. If you look at our Facebook page, you'll see how many insults come from people who claim to be coming from the same church.
Have you spoken to the leader, the bishop?
About?
About to say, Pungani, abantu bayangihlukumeza.
Well, some of the comments are on his Facebook page. So when they were on the church's Facebook page, I didn't need to report what is right there in terms of all sorts of names I'm being called. But part of it is what the prophet himself has posted about me being a lackey of the Dutch Reformed Church and me promoting Uktwala and all those things, which we as the commission and especially myself have said we are against any abduction of any child who is raped. And for me, I find that these are just insults, basically. And when a leader of a church can say all of those things, well, and of course we're to lay criminal charges, as I said, because he refused to come to the commission when he was duly summoned.
So you are still in pursuit of Prophet Radebe?
The case is still with the police and we expect it to be in court. And we've pursued it with everything we have because we feel people who have such a vast following, I must concede, the prophet has a huge following. We need to lead by example and do the right thing most of the time. If we default, we may be sending a wrong message that you can do what you like even if the law is against what we are doing.
Okay.
And there'll be no serious consequences to you. So for us, we feel being in a position of leadership in a Christian environment, one needs to behave in a particular way in order not to send confusing kind of messages to the congregants.
Prophet Radebe, you are sending mixed signals.
Yes, it's very interesting, and it's going to be very hard for us to talk about that because we have no evidence in front of us. There is freedom of speech. I'm a religious leader. I can tell my people how I feel about certain processes without insult, without anything. That's what I'm saying. I've never posted any kind of insults to my members. I teach morality. The only problem is the commission wants no one who seems to be negative with their processes. When you are negative, you are the bad person. And in terms of you asking her the question that has she ever spoken to us, it's very interesting because I believe that this commission now, for me, has really become a gossip column because they lead us. They need to speak to us. They are in a very, very important space where they need to engage with us. They never engage with us. We only see each other here. You are speaking about posts that people send. In our church's Facebook, there are no insults because we do not accept insults. It will also portray the image, the church in a wrong image. So I'm not aware of insults. And she has never, ever, as a commission, called us and saying, Prophet Radebe, come and engage. The only time that she had called us was summoning us. So this commission never engages with religious leaders, especially those who seem not to agree with their processes. You become the bad person, you become the bad leader, and the only time you will hear the chairperson talking, it will be on your newspapers and on TV. That's the only time that we engage. Even with this incident, I'm surprised that we are sitting here discussing because as a commission, I would have felt that they would have written to me and said, Prophet, can we sit down and talk? Yes, let's talk. What happened on Sunday? So even her, she's not informed because which means the information she has is the information circulating in the media that my members who were not verified has assaulted the JMPD officer. She does not know where it began and where it ended.
Tulani, you are in Pretoria. Welcome.
Yes. Hi, how are you? I just wanted to pose the question to the chair.
Okay.
Yes, the CRL is supposed to promote reconciliation. And as I see it from far, I see an adversarial approach to actually engaging specifically with the indigenous churches. I believe she must actually adopt a reconciliatory and a consultative mode of engaging with the churches. That is my 2 cents worth. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Tulani.
We are constantly engaging with the religious leaders. When you have a matter you've reported to the police, it becomes difficult because the matter becomes sub judice after that. Number 2, we've received a formal complaint from the police officer, which we are currently investigating. We received it late last week about this incident. So we're currently investigating that. We're looking at a variety of issues. Part of it is mediation, but part of it is that a criminal act was committed. And we're looking at all those issues.
Tell me, as the commission, do you in any way assist or help churches? Not financially, but in any way, do you find yourself mediating or assisting churches in any form?
You know, the bulk of the complaints we receive, in this year alone, we've received 400 complaints. The bulk of the complaints are around churches.
Yes.
And about 90% of those cases are mediated. We use mediation all the time.
Now, Bab Radebe here says they have an issue with the city of Johannesburg where there's land which they have bought, which is currently occupied by squatters, which if they had been occupying, probably even this incident wouldn't have happened. Why don't you assist them to get this land so that they can get away from these problematic areas?
For us to assist people, they need to lodge a formal complaint with us. That's how the system works. So I'm hearing it for the first time here today in this program. But if he had come to us, we would have been able to mediate between the church and the city.
Pungani, I'm being useful here.
Yes.
Give it to me.
Incorrect. It's incorrect because even this situation of the police, as I'm saying that, she already knows about it. The chair already knows about it, yet they never spoke to us. The issue of our land, the Sowetan newspaper wrote about it. The Star newspaper wrote about it. And the chairperson also commented there about the issue of the land. So as sitting here, as I know, if she comments about a matter on a newspaper, she should have known. And as the gentleman has also called now and said, as a chairperson, they must play the bigger role. If they've commented on the newspaper, then they were supposed to come and say, Prophet Radebe, where are you? What's happening? We hear. They comment before they call you. So I don't agree, and I don't support that.
Let's go to Joburg Park. Babndov. Welcome.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Can I ask?
Yes, go ahead, Babndov.
Okay, I want to find out now from Mam Kaluva, whatever. This is a commission. Is the one that is said you want to help the people that are going to the church or the regional church, whatever. I want to find out, like now, the police, they are attacking the church, as they say, Revelation Church. What was he said about that? Because as is a commission, he's supposed himself to come in front and say, police don't go to the church when they're praying, because he said the people that they're going to the church, the pastors, prophets, whatever, they're misusing the people. What about the police? What they're doing if the people they are praying?
Okay.
Second thing, yes.
Okay, I thought that was the question. Thank you very much. We've got the question. I'll get to Mam Kaluva to respond to that. We're taking a quick break. When we return, we'll be talking still about this matter. 089-110-4210 is the number to dial.
Could I get an alcohol-free beer, please?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, but make it a castle-free.
Castle free. 0% alcohol. 100% castle.
I got this feeling, oh baby, magic in my step. You make me feel so good, so fine. Well, I got showtime every day.
You told little number, yeah.
Celebrate joy with Reds.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. We're talking issues of the Revelation Church of God. Mkonas Kaluva is the chairperson of the CRL Commission, and Dr. Samuel Radebe is the leader of the Revelation Church of God. Respond to the caller.
Can you? I couldn't hear him properly.
Well, he's basically, I think he's on the same line with the previous one to say, why are you not mediating? Why were you not able to say to the police, this is a place of worship, you cannot interrupt worshippers?
We believe in the rule of law. The city has bylaws. And we believe everyone, no one is exempted from being a law-abiding citizen, whether you're a church or an individual or a commission. You have to abide by the laws.
I saw visuals here, Mama. And by the way, I really hold no brief for Ubab
Yes.
I saw visuals here of police inside the building.
It depends on what the police were in the building for. If the police have done something wrong, we all know that we can always go and complain, even to IPID if the police are doing something wrong. Because we live, as I said, the rule of law. So you need to then hear the other side as to why were the police in a place of worship? What were they looking for there? So that if they were then just bombarding them illegally, then the law must take its course.
Are you in a position to assist the church?
We're in a position to assist any church, any and every. Our role is to protect and promote the rights of cultural, religious, and linguistic communities, all of them in the country.
Lebogang, you're on the line. Welcome.
Hi, thank you very much. My question is to Dr. Radebe.
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Radebe, it seems that you have something confused here. Your congregants were harassing a Metro Police Officer for acting on his duties. If that, per se, let's say somebody hijacked one of your congregants' cars and that Metro who was attacked decided to just stand still and be like, if I don't follow my job description, everybody's going to harass me, so will the people who hijacked your car. Will you think that's fair? When people are following the mandate that they're given, it seems you take it two ways. It's okay when it's for you, but when it's against you because people of your congregation are disobeying the law, you want to stand up and scream, oh, harassment, oh, harassment. And on another note, since you are a pastor and you claim to be a prophet, the Bible does state that all men abide by your earthly laws and your earthly authorities. So are you saying that in your words, your congregants are much more in their belief in you and whatever else they think is right, can disobey the very Bible you claim to represent when it suits them? And in this respect, this question brings up, what are we trying to say about the police and their role? If we're being disrespected by people who should be helping us maintain law and order, what does that say about you and your teachings in your church? In my point of view, just like a fellow member of the church who called previously, I feel that you are in all aspects disrespecting the very rules and laws of God as you claim to be representing. And my question is, how do you feel when you're disobeying the most high law that you claim to be representing?
Lebogang in Pretoria.
Yes, first of all, I don't know if Lebogang was following the show from the beginning. I said we don't condone, member or not, we don't condone. It was stupid, it was completely wrong what those people have done. And again, Lebogang is emphasizing the membership, and I'm saying it was not verified. After the suspect who's arrested, we have verified that it's not the member. But be it member or not, we don't teach lawlessness in the church. We don't condone. And we have said we are going to work with SABS. On this Sunday, past Sunday, we have announced myself on the altar and said to the people, please assist to identify those people, because we want to work together with the police officers. They should be arrested for what they've done.
But you see, it then takes me back to that question as to whether are bylaws being abided to, or are people just, rushing to see Ubabu Radebe and get their blessings and they don't care where they park?
Yeah, you are correct. But also, I want to also remind everyone,
yes,
it's so strange that the Revelation Church of God today is condemned by the action of people, be it member or not, that happen on the street. If now we can put a law that everyone who gets arrested must be asked which church they belong to, we are going to say how many people in jail belong to churches. What's important, as Lebogang is saying, what are you teaching? That's what it's important. I think we should be looking at what my church is teaching and my teachings. I don't teach lawlessness. If we can look at how many people my church has produced to be good citizens that are there. But I cannot guarantee the actions of people, what they do outside, because I don't teach that. And you are correct. The first incident was a car that was parked illegally. It was towed, and that car went. There was no problem. So I don't teach people not to respect law. But when people do not respect law, why should I be judged? Because that's not what I teach, and that's not what I stand for. I teach law, and I teach the people to walk in the ways of God.
But Umama here does not believe what you're saying.
That's her opinion. When I arrived there, I'm the first one who greeted her. She never even looked at me. So that's what she understands, and that's what she believes. That's what she has been commenting, as I'm saying. She never engages us. That's what she has been commenting about me on TVs and on newspapers.
Okay. Do you have a new opinion about the men now?
You see, the proof is in the taste of the pudding.
Yeah.
You just have to go to the Revelation Church Facebook or to Google on YouTube. CRL Commission and Prophet Radebe. You listen to a 30-minute, if not longer, what he's saying about me and the CRL Commission. He also has a video or whatever clip he has where he says a remnant of the apartheid era being controlled by people from Verwoerd and whatever. And most importantly, that I promote the abduction of children. That for me is the worst insult you can ever throw at me. And when we've stood against that, and he's leading by example, he's teaching his people that you can insult people.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time. I don't know how, but I would love for dialogue to somehow commence between the commission and the church, because the church, you need the church in order to exist, because these are the people that you're supposed to be monitoring and engaging with. And I really pray that somehow you'll find one another with time. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you.
That was question time for today. A big thank you to my guests and to you for watching the show. From me and the entire crew, I have a